And before we go to the forecast, our WCNC Charlotte news team spent some of the day in the sunny and the mild morning volunteering in West Charlotte. We teamed up with United Way of Greater Charlotte for a cleanup project in the Lakeview neighborhood. Folks, they were out and about building a greenhouse, installing drywall, and removing trash. Brittany, it was a great weather day for them to be out doing this amazing community service project this morning, and hopefully the weather will stay dry for the rest of the weekend.
Mostly dry, mostly being the key word here. But Siobhan, you're absolutely correct. I mean, truthfully, even talking to Nick and Jane about it last night, could not have been better weather. Of course, the rain and storms were over, the drier air moving in. The one thing we, of course, are still watching is the hazy skies in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. This is smoke and haze from Canadian wildfires that, of course, has been brought further south due to the jet stream. Now, again, this is in the mid-levels of the atmosphere, so at this point, not impacting folks near the ground in terms of respiratory illnesses. Of course, if that changes, we'll certainly let you know, but it's one of the reasons why temperatures only got to the upper 70s today. We call it filtered sunshine when there's cirrus clouds or some kind of haze. It's still sunny. We're still allowed to warm up, but it just limits the warming up a little bit. Now, not the same story, though, for areas along the eastern side of the Carolinas. You can see a few strong storms out there right now as we're tracking a cold front still up to our north. This will allow for a few isolated showers in the mountains for the rest of today, but most of the activity that we could see here in the Charlotte area is going to be tomorrow into the afternoon. So again, not a high chance of rain and storm activity this weekend, but we are going to see it return at some point. Here's where the cold front's going to be. We're pretty much situated right over the Charlotte area about midday tomorrow. Again, you can see those storms along with it, and then that frontal boundary does sit just south of us, so we'll continue to see some more comfortable conditions again Monday as it passes through. Now, the biggest thing here when it comes to the chance for strong storms tomorrow is actually going to be a mix of that haze I just told you about. So when we look at the chance for severe storms, we're always looking at, well, we're looking at a lot of things, but we're really looking a lot of times at three main things: the storm fuel or the amount of instability, if there's some sort of trigger that can prompt those storms to grow and create those updrafts, and what we call wind shear, which is the change of wind speed and direction with height. Now, tomorrow, there is some wind shear out there. It's not elevated significant levels, though. The number one, though, thing that I think is going to limit us is going to be drier air. You saw that dew point at the beginning in the 50s, and that same haze in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. Because of that haze, not only are our mid-levels going to be warm, and you need cold air there in order to get storms to form, but also it limits the instability because it doesn't allow for as much sunshine to reach through. So for that reason, I am expecting a few strong storms tomorrow, but it does not looking like a significant risk of anything severe to be happening. Could we have one isolated severe thunderstorm warning? We certainly could, but again, that's going to be the exception, not the rule. The cold front, though, that's coming no matter what. So let's take a look here at the rest of the day. Again, that limited potential for rain up in the mountains and foothills. We're mostly dry tomorrow. A few storms we're covering in that same spot, mountains, right around 1 o'clock. Notice closer to the Charlotte area around 4, 5, and 6. So we will likely be tracking something live for you here this time tomorrow. It's pretty much out of here, though, by about 8 and 9, and then we are nice and clear heading into Monday. So it's kind of that normal time frame, about 3 to 7 p.m. is probably your best chance if you live across the metro. Then we're nice and dry Monday and Tuesday, and those dry conditions will continue for a few days. So if you're trying to get out and enjoy some of that filtered sunshine tomorrow at the pool, I'd say the earlier the better as we bring in those chances for rain and storms by the second half of the day. Here's your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. 40% chance of rain again tomorrow. That's mainly in the afternoon and evening. It's also June 1st, which marks the first day of meteorological summer and also the first day of hurricane season. So certainly something we'll be watching over the next not only few weeks, but few months here in the WCNC Charlotte Weather Center.
All right, thank you so much, Brittany. And next Wednesday, our weather impact team will host a hurricane special. They will walk you through the hurricane predictions for this year, take you back to the devastation from Helene, and explain the science behind hurricanes. It will also help you be prepared this hurricane season. You can watch that on air, or you can catch the streaming on WCNC Plus on June 4th. That starts at 8 o'clock p.m.